Hi guys, today I wanted to do a video that I've really been planning and meaning to film for a really long time. I talked about this over the summer. I was actually in my old house when I brought up the idea of doing a video about filming beauty videos. And I know this doesn't necessarily relate to everyone because not everybody makes beauty videos, but I know a lot of you do, just because of the sheer number of questions I get about my camera, about lighting, filming in general, above makeup, hair, beauty, all those topics. The number one question I get is about filming, so you know, I knew I had to do this video. I get a ton of questions on my camera, and I'm going to show you my camera. So I'm just going to show you my vanity mirror, what my camera actually looks like. It's a Samsung Full HD, and I believe the model number is HMX H200. Hi. And this is really weird right now because I'm seeing a picture, and a picture, and a picture, and a picture, and it goes on into eternity. So this is basically, you know, what I film on. This is my only camera. I have another camera for taking still shots and still images that I'll show you guys in a second, but yeah, it's just it's a touch screen, so this little screen is how you control it. It's like touch screen like an iPhone. It actually works pretty well, surprisingly. Really easy to use. I would recommend this if you're in the market to buy a camera, but you know, my whole theory on that is that really honestly I think any camera on the market these days that you can find at like a store like Best Buy or whatever is really gonna work. I don't think it has to be, you know, I really feel like the image result that I get from in my videos is more a result of the lighting versus my camera, to be perfectly honest. And so I'm going to kind of talk about that. And by the way, my camera that I use, what is this? I don't even know the names of things. This is a Nikon DX55mm. I'm a graphic designer. I don't know if, you know, I'd mentioned that before. I've never really officially been like, this is what I do for a living, but I'm a graphic designer, so I've had this since college. I use it for all of my, you know, design projects and that kind of thing, so I already had that. So that was nice. So I can use my camera for still images if I want to, but I just use that because I might as well. So anyway, like I said, I feel like I attribute, when I get better quality from my videos, you know, sometimes some of them will turn out a little bit better quality than others, and I really attribute the better quality to actual, just better lighting. And I will tell anybody that. I really feel like you don't need a ton of expensive equipment. Wait till you guys see what I use. I mean, it's incredibly low tech and almost ridiculous. So I really don't feel like you need to invest a ton of money. I think that there's a few key things that really help me. Number one is daylight. So basically I figured out a couple months ago that when I film in front of a window, my videos just come out way better. It's really hard to like synthetically replicate natural daylight because it's just so bright. The sun is bright, y'all. So I just take advantage of it because it's free, and basically I kind of just started filming in front of a window, and I started doing that in my old house, and now after I moved I basically just set up my entire vanity next to a window. Sometimes if the sun is really bright, I'll just like close the curtain and it kind of diffuses the light a little bit. You know, these are really low-tech tips, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. So using the natural daylight to film definitely comes with some obvious drawbacks, being that I can't really film at night because my main light source is gone. That works out okay for me anyways because I tend to like to film during the day. That doesn't mean that sometimes, you know, sometimes I'll be hanging out at night and I'll think of something I want to tell you guys, or like a video I kind of want to do, or I'm doing my makeup and I'm like, oh, I should do a tutorial, but it's too late because it's nighttime and all that kind of thing. So, you know, sometimes it stinks, but I have more energy during the day, so I'd rather just kind of film during the day anyway. So it kind of works out. What else was I going to talk to you about? Oh yeah, so usually I do use some additional, you know, artificial lighting just because the window alone isn't always enough. I do have my overhead lights on, and you know, my, what's it called? Light fixture on, and also I have this insane homemade tripod slash light stand that I'm going to show you now. And it's really, really funny. Don't judge me, guys. It's like super homemade. Like it works for me. And you guys asked, so I thought I'd show you. So this is my light. Okay guys, so feast your eyes on this. This is the light that I've been using in all of my tutorials for a while now, and it's just a regular floor lamp. This is actually a Restyle brand floor lamp from Target, and I've turned off the light so that I'm not blinding you and you can see what I'm doing, but I used to use this for basically a light source only, and then I discovered that if I take one of the bulbs out of one of the little lights, I can actually rest my camera inside here. And it actually rests on, let me see if I can find it. It actually rests on this Python bangle from Express. Like, I kid you not, this is my filming setup. So it actually works out pretty well because I can like angle the camera how I want to. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually at eye level, so it's perfect for tutorials. And it's kind of a light and a tripod in one. So if it gets a little cloudy, I can even turn one of these lights on if I want. So yeah, like I said, that's kind of bright. That's why I had them off. But it actually works out really well. Now, obviously, it's not as secure as, you know, an actual tripod. So I do have to be careful about that. But it actually has been working pretty well for my purposes, anyways. And you know, sometimes on a cloudy day like today, or in the wintertime when there's just not a lot of daylight going on, I'll clip on some additional mini work lights from Lowe's. And they just look like that, basic, you know, basic light on a clip. So that's really nice and convenient, and it adds some additional light. And also, I think the light bulbs I use are really, really key because they're those GE natural daylight bulbs in the periwinkle packaging from Lowe's as well. And they just give a really nice, realistic depiction of the colors I'm using and that kind of a thing. So they're just really nice, and they make for a really realistic picture, I think. So this is kind of falling off here, but you get the general idea. You can also see I've taped a piece of paper over top of that light as kind of a makeshift lampshade, I guess. If I didn't do that, that light would just be blindingly bright. So I wouldn't recommend doing that just because, you know, paper is flammable, so that could be potentially dangerous. But you know, I do use the energy-saving light bulbs, so they never get hot enough to really, I mean, it never gets hot to the touch whatsoever. And I'm always sitting here making sure I'm being, you know, very careful watching it. So that's actually been working out pretty well for me. And when I'm done, I'll just, you know, the light goes off and the whole thing basically goes in my closet. So that's my little setup. Those are basically my tips for lighting. And I'm trying to think of anything else. As far as editing your movies, I've always, for the longest time, I used iMovie, and that worked for me really, really well. So I definitely recommend that. You know, I think it comes standard on most Mac computers these days. Recently, I started using Premiere Pro. If you've never used it and, you know, you want to learn how to use any video editing program that you can possibly think of, all you really need to do, you know, I just Googled it and I watched Premiere Pro tutorials on YouTube. Imagine that. And I learned the software in one night just by watching video tutorials online. Every problem, every, you know, roadblock along the way, technology-wise, that I've run into has always been able to be resolved by just, you know, a Google search, basically. You know, it might take you a while, but persistence pays off. I really find that, you know, the answers to your questions are out there. You really just have to kind of dig through all the information that's available on the internet, basically. You know, I look at it this way. If you're having a certain issue, chances are somewhere, somebody out there is having the same problem too. And my biggest piece of advice, above all, is going to sound totally cliche, but I mean it with every fiber of my being. You know, if you want to do beauty videos, I just recommend that you just have fun with it because, I mean, that's what it's about. It's makeup. It's not supposed to be that serious, you know? If you're posting videos on the internet, obviously anybody can watch, anybody can say whatever they want to about you. So just, you know, just have a good attitude about it. Be able to laugh at yourself, I feel like. Don't take yourself too seriously. Those are my biggest pieces of advice because it's just about how, you know, it's fun. That's why I started doing this, is because it was fun for me, and that's why I continue to do it. So aside from all of my technology, you know, difficulties and all that kind of thing, I keep persevering and trying to figure that stuff out, because it can be hard to film videos. It's something that people go to school to do. It's something that is a profession. If you're just doing it as a hobby, it can be difficult to try to like iron out all the little details on your own without any help. So if you're having fun with it, then all those little, you know, technical difficulties and things will kind of fall to the wayside, and you'll just be able to make fun videos. So that's my little warm, fuzzy piece of advice of the day. I know firsthand it can be frustrating, so I thought if I could help anyone by making this video, then it's definitely worth it. If I could help just one person. Everyone who doesn't make beauty videos and they just like to enjoy them, I'll be posting some more tutorials and things like that later this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.